Welcome to another episode of Menopause Matter, where we care about your well-being and your needs. Today, we're going to talk about something quite interesting, the free truth about menopause. And joining me today, we have Susan. Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Please
Oh,
tell our audience who you are.
you're welcome. My name is Susan Sheehan. I'm an international speaker, and I've been a coach for 30 years. You know what? I have helped thousands of people, but I've got a funny story. 10 years ago, I launched a global program called Menopause Relief Advisor Program, and it was a personal development and wellness well-being box. Specifically to help heal the symptoms of menopause. And so I am an expert on all things menopause, and I'm really excited about to share some of what I know to be true with your audience.
That is amazing because guess what? I really, really feel menopause is something that hasn't been talked about a lot. A lot of women don't know what we're experiencing. We're even thinking to the point that we're going mental and we started to hate ourselves and all of this negative energy coming up. So please share with us about the first truth about menopause.
It stinks.
I agree with you.
I just I couldn't think of another word. That was the first word that came up because it's just a pain in the bum. And why is it a pain in the bum? Let me share my quick story. I actually started the process of that big M in my early 40s. So I was very young, brought on by stressors. And so if you've experienced some kind of drama or trauma, or you've experienced a life-changing event in your life and your body's reacting to that, it's quite normal, and what we're talking about could help you. So I was having these hot flushes, and I was emotional, and my body, I've always trained at an elite level, so I was lean and in shape. My nickname was Muscles. And yet here I am, and I'm thinking, what is wrong? 3 pregnancy tests. I was newly married, actually, so I figured, well, being pregnant, this, could happen. And no, wasn't pregnant. And it was like, oh my gosh, how am I feeling? It was stinky. It was horrible. It was painful. It was pressure. It was emotionally sending me around the twist. And then I had a thought. I thought, if I feel this way, and I can't fix me, and I'm supposed to know how the body works, then how do the women feel that don't know what I know? And so then I thought, I need to go in search of answers. I need to go and figure out what happened overnight when I went to sleep one night and woke up with all of this crappy stuff going on. So I went in search of answers. That first truth is that it can be painful, it can be embarrassing, it can be annoying, it can really rock your confidence. It can make you turn from feeling, like a lean, mean machine to a big fat blimp. You can feel unfit, fat, flabby, unfulfilled, frumpy, fed up, fatigued, and the list goes on. It really stinks. So
I hear you. I hear you onto it. It is true. It has been like, clandestine night that even I feel myself that it does feel like that it really stinks. So what is the second truth?
the second truth is that it's real, and
Mm.
it's not all in your head. We have to start. The healing process starts in our head, because we have to start thinking about what's going on. We've got to open our mind to learning a couple of things we need to do is that we need to start to accept some things. Like, I used to be able to run without a bra on. I turned 50 and grew boobs. So now I have a cleavage. So I still go shopping. 10 years later, I still go shopping, and I go, oh, yeah, no, not wearing that anymore, girl. So, but I'll never go up a size in jeans. But here's the thing. What I could do to wear my jeans, like 20 years ago, it's not possible to do today. I've got to change what I do. So that's where, even though the second truth is that what's going on is real, even though it's not all in your head, it starts up here for you to shift it and start to heal your body. Very simply, what happens, your age is going up, your working of your body starts to decline. Every single system in your body has a shift or a change or a tweak here or something turning off here. Your hormones are just, it's sort of like your hormones are thrown into this bowl, and it's like, where are they going to turn up when it stops? It's this crazy stuff going on. Now, it's a sliding scale of age and symptoms. You know, Japanese women, they don't have the word in their vocabulary because they experience very few symptoms of that change. But most of us are in there somewhere experiencing something. Another thing is that all women over 45 at some point, and it doesn't matter if you're this size or this size, will have a shift in body composition. What that simply means is that your lean muscle will reduce and your body fat will increase. So if your lean muscle is reducing and your body fat is increasing, it means that you do not have the right amount of lean muscle to help you burn calories. And that's why, you know, it's important to think about, you know, the lifestyle and the changes that you need to make, which we can talk about. So that's real. That shift and that change is real. That curve causes an imbalance in our body, and that imbalance causes the symptoms that you feel. So on a really simple grade 7, you know, just simple language, to create a balance back, to put balance back into your body, we've got to put balance in. And so the number one thing that we all have to do is we've got to listen to what our body tells us. We've got to be open to letting go of what's not working. We've got to be open to letting go to what we could do before we started to feel this way. You've got to be grateful, and you've got to forgive all the crap, and you just got to set yourself ready on a new journey, because I'm telling you, the new journey is exciting. It's full of self-awareness and shifts that really cause you to grow into the woman that you were born to be. It's sort of like you get to midlife, and now this is the beginning, because so much work is done before we hit it. You know, we're bringing up families, we're discovering who we are, we go through all this stuff, but you get to that midlife point and you have the freedom to move with the shifts and the changes to become the woman that you're truly born to be.
That is so true. Like, finally, I'm hearing some more positivity about menopause. So what is the last truth that we must know?
We can solve it all.
Oh, that's good. That's
well,
good.
okay.
Please tell us more.
When I say we can solve it all, the number one thing is you got to change and right. You got to really think about what you think about, you know, because neuroscience now tells us, and as you've heard me speak before, I'm not a scientist, but I do work with what is real when it comes to how the brain works. And we know that there are shifts in the brain. We know that the hormones like estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, cortisol, all of these hormones, they really start to play havoc with our emotions and our body weight and our body fat, and it starts in the brain. So there's such a shift in everything that we have to be open to listening to doing some things differently. Okay, we may need some hormone replacements, and don't worry, we can do hormone replacements naturally. You know, you need to think about the healing power of nutrition. You're going to change how you eat. I mean, I love toast. I love peanut butter toast. One of my favorite snacks. You know, if I don't feel like cooking or I'm hungry, it's just like piece of peanut butter, crunchy toast. And I really love good quality bread, you know. But there was one type of bread that when I was moving through this phase, I couldn't eat. It gave me hot flashes. The only bread that gave me hot flashes, so I couldn't eat this particular bread. So start listening to what your body tells you, because you will feel shifts and changes and reactions and responses to different foods and things that you will drink. So be aware of that. So there's the healing power of food, and then food can also cause you to feel worse. So just be aware of what's going on there. There is the balance. There's what we call perfect balance. So that's sleep. Get enough sleep. And if you're not sleeping, if insomnia is a symptom, then we can help you with that as well. You know what? There's stressors. How do you manage your stressors? We've got to try and keep our energy calm, because every time you feel you're reacting to the stressors in your life with an overwhelmed, frazzled state, your brain is doing this, and it just maximizes everything. It puts everything on accelerator, and everything speeds up, and you feel worse. Being calm, just starting to breathe more, meditation if you can, but just stopping to give your brain some of that rest and recovery will help you to manage the stressors in your life more. Toxins, poisons. I have helped hundreds of women over my career relieve hot flushes by not using chemicals in your house. Now, you know, there's a whole story around estrogens, which we don't have time to go on today, but I compare it to very simple grade 7 language: mama bear, papa bear, baby bear. So baby bear is the hormone estrogen. Mama bear is the baby bear is the plant estrogen. Sorry, mama bear is the hormone estrogen, and papa bear is the chemical estrogens. The chemical estrogens are powerful, they're strong, they're toxic. And if you have a lot of chemicals in your house, some of these chemicals will have what's called xenoestrogens or chemical estrogens, and your body will absorb it and block the receptors so that the hormone and the plant estrogens cannot get in. So I have lived in a chemical-free home for years. And here's the flip side of that, is that our immune system, you know, which we just need to keep strong, it's like the number one, has to have some space to also renew and recover. And as soon as you walk out your front door, we cannot control the toxins that our body is bombarded with, but we can control the toxins that we use in our own personal space. I had a client once who was rushed to this is an extreme story, but I think extreme stories sort of wake us up a little bit. He was using hospital grade Desmestos to clean his shower, and he was rushed to hospital because his brain had a reaction and he ended up in a coma. Now, that the chemicals in the Desmestos could have just been the trigger that it needed, but it doesn't matter. It was what he was using that actually poisoned him. So we've got to be mindful of that. Think about the toxins that you clean your house with. Think about what you put on your face and your hair. Do you use as natural as possible? Do you spray your gardens with chemicals, or do you use natural? Just really do some research on that, because your body will thank you. And here's the thing: chemicals will kill your bugs, but they'll also be part of killing you. Natural products will kill your bugs, and they're safe for you. To me, it's a no-brainer, right? So it's all about values. You know, there's a shift not only hormonally and physically, but there's also a shift emotionally when we get to this age. It blows me away how women can actually come out of their shell at this time. This is one of the positives. And so you need to, as I said, it's a time for self-awareness. Who are you? How do you want to live the rest of your life? What is the purpose that you've been pining for? Or what is the purpose that you now want to find? So understanding what's important to you, what are your values? How do you want to live the rest of your life? Let's open that up and discover what that means for you, because here's the big one: the happier you are, the happier you feel, the more you smile, the happier this whole body of yours is going to work.
I hear you. And I actually hit some highlight today, because I didn't actually think about all the chemicals that we're using in the house that is actually affecting our hormone as well, and how affecting our life. And you're 100% right. The things that you kill the bugs with, or whatever bacteria with, you are killing yourself as well if you're using chemical. And yeah, I'm the same. We started to using chemical free around the house, and we use something to actually help us. We don't even need to use conditioner anymore because of choosing the right product. So that really helps to bring out this message of chemical free living. It is better for you in many ways.
It is just better. So, you know, if this is a whole new concept for you, just open your mind, just change one thing at a time, and listen. Your body will tell you what it feels, and it will tell you when it feels better. It's going to tell you how it feels. It's going to feel crappy. I remember I had a client once who came to me and she said, I've got a sore little finger. I've got arthritis in my little finger. And she said, but I'm very pleased it's only in my little finger. And I went, oh, no, your little finger's telling you got a problem here. So you got to address it, you know. The last solution is exercise. Exercise is more than what most people realize. And as I said, in relation to that lean muscle, you know, lean muscle is the engine to your body. And the stronger you can get your body working, the stronger your musculature is, the better your body will work, the stronger you will feel. Lean muscle, it looks better than flab, doesn't it? Let's face it. It supports your skeletal system. It moves nutrients to your cells, and it actually works as a sieve to remove toxins from your body. So that is just, you know, just one big reason they're rolled up in those points. You want to think about doing some exercise. It is an anti-aging therapy.
I hear you. I hear you. So if people wanted to find more about the truth and what you offer, how can they reach out to you?
Well, we're actually running a competition at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Better Body 40 Plus. And it's for women over 40 who are just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. You know, they want to feel energized and vital and really in control of what's going on. So we've got one whole month where we're gifting one woman. As I said, it's a competition. Enter into the competition, fill out the form, and it's just 4 or 5 questions. But one question is why do you want to feel better? What is your story around feeling better? What is one thing that if you felt, you know, on top of your game, if you had your confidence back, if you knew how to eat and exercise so that you could just feel like a new you know, this revitalize you, what's your story around that? And the competition is for 1 month. You'll have us in your ear every single day for 1 month. All we ask you is that you be committed, coachable, and communicate with us freely. And it's $1,800 value. There's product coaching, accountability, and we are on a mission to help more women look and feel great. So this is a competition that we're just, it's almost about to close, actually. We've stretched the date a little bit, but we will be closing it next week. So if you are committed, coachable, and you want to communicate with us freely, and you want to get your body started on looking and feeling great, then click on the link that Martha will share, and let's get you looking and feeling fabulous.
That sounds amazing. So we look forward to actually putting all of those in our show note to actually share with everyone in here. Thank you, Susan, once again for giving us such insightful interview and knowledge about menopause, so we don't have to suffer the way that we think we're going crazy with.
Yeah.
So thank you, Susan, again.
You're welcome.
Thank you once again for all our audience and our listeners. It is such a pleasure doing this Menopause Matters series with you. I look forward to seeing you next week.